These are some dirty Appalachian Trail through hiking secrets that not that many people really talk about, especially not on YouTube. Okay, that's not true. There's definitely been some people, but mostly by me. Okay, the first secret that honestly not that many Appalachian Trail through hikers talk about. A lot of people on the Appalachian Trail kind of cheat depending on how you look at it. For some of you, you probably don't think it's cheating and you probably did it yourself. Haha. I'm talking about yellow blazing. And if you're not familiar with the term yellow blazing, it basically means skipping sections of the trail. A little bit of a controversial topic. And I think it's something that a lot of people don't really understand going into their thru hike. Like, they don't understand how prevalent yellow blazing is. Before I thru hiked, which I did, by the way, in case you didn't know that. You don't believe me? Here's my Katahdin photo.
Wow.
I did not realize how common yellow blazing was, and it kind of took me by surprise a little bit. I mean, why would you yellow blaze? You're out there to hike the Appalachian Trail, so why wouldn't you just hike the whole thing? So if you're gonna be thru hiking in the future, that's definitely something to know, and I'm not encouraging you to do it or not to do it. Just be aware that people will do it, like a lot of people, like even the majority of people. You know, if you skip one time because you wanted to catch up with a friend, you skipped like 30 miles and that's it. That's one thing. But then there's also people that like are just consistently skipping and barely even hike and just kind of hang out in towns and take up hostel beds and make... Okay, you could probably tell where I stand on this a little bit, but seriously, I'm not trying to judge. Just be aware. The next secret, this is something I've never talked about on the channel before, but I'm just gonna say it. This is gonna come as a shock to you. Are you ready? People on the Appalachian Trail do drugs. I'm not talking about crack cocaine or meth. Crack pipes weigh a lot, so why am I talking about crack pipes? People like to smoke weed, man.
Highest I've ever been, except for that one time I went to a Snoop Dogg concert.
People like to drink a little bit. People let loose, and honestly, a pretty good amount of people. Now, that's not to say that if you don't do those things that you're not going to be welcome, or that you're not going to have a good time, or that you're going to feel uncomfortable because everyone around you is super stoned. It'll be totally fine. I'm just telling it like it is, okay? Like, a decent amount of people smoke. People do drugs. They'll be walking along the Appalachian Trail and they'll be doing marijuana, cigarettes. I'm making the AT just sound like a frat party. It can be if you want it to be. That's my point. Okay, next secret. And this is honestly a really big deal to me. It actually makes me quite emotional. A lot of people on the Appalachian Trail are drinking garbage electrolyte drink mixes, and instead they should be drinking Drink Element, who is the sponsor of this video. Do you like that segue? You see this flavor right here? This is citrus salt. Dude, this, speaking of drugs, this is like a drug. It's so good. It's not actually a drug. All it has is 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 60 milligrams of magnesium, aka all the electrolytes that you need to stay healthy and hydrated on trail. No sugar. Isn't that hard to believe? I mean, how many times have you walked into Walmart, especially on a thru hike, and all they have is electrolyte drink mixes full of sugar? It's ridiculous. Just how much worse they are than Drink Element. I'm serious. Citrus salt, like I said, is my favorite flavor, but if that doesn't sound good to you for some crazy reason, they got other amazing flavors. Lemon habanero, or mango chili, or raspberry salt, watermelon salt, grapefruit salt, which is now a full-time flavor for them. No matter what your palate is, whether you like the spicy, crazier stuff like the mango and the lemon habanero, or if you just like the basic stuff, no matter what you like, they got it. You're gonna love it. And if you're not sure which flavor you want to get, let's say you want to try them all, you're in luck. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna start by going to drinkelement.com/KyleHatesHiking. That's drinklmnt.com/KyleHatesHiking. When you buy through my link, you are going to get a sample pack of 8 different flavors thrown in with your order for no extra cost. So you're gonna get to try them all, and then you're really gonna get to understand what all the hype is about. Go do it. drinklmnt.com/KyleHatesHiking. You're also supporting the channel when you click and buy through that link. So if you haven't done so already, I know they sponsor a lot of my videos. Dude, what are you waiting for? drinklmnt.com/KyleHatesHiking. Okay, this next secret, this is gonna shock you. People hook up on the Appalachian Trail.
Definitely saw a couple dicks, a couple pairs of tits, but it's all good.
Now, I've never done this, obviously. I've never done it anywhere. But it happens sometimes. It's not that often, to be clear. Like, so if you're some creepy dude who just wants to get laid, don't hike the Appalachian Trail. It's extremely rare is what I'm trying to say, but it does happen. And people don't talk about it. So let's chat. Let's talk about sex. It's kind of hard to talk about it, actually. First of all, because I know my mom's gonna watch this, but second of all, because like I said, I've never actually done it. And maybe you guys can fill it in. Does it happen on the trail? I feel like it's gotta happen in town more often, right? On trail, dude, that's disgusting. Virginia in the summer and the humidity, in a tent when you haven't showered for 3 days. You just walk through the Grayson Highlands, you got pony poop all over you. That would just be terrible, but it does happen. Now you know. Sorry, Mom. This next secret, people on the AT can be kind of clicky sometimes.
This ain't a biker bar, this is a hiker bar, baby.
So the reason I wanted to include this list is not to just like shit on the people that hike the Appalachian Trail, because overwhelmingly, the people on the Appalachian Trail are amazing. And even a lot of these clicky people are still amazing people, I'm sure. But I don't know, I just feel like so many people talk about how amazing all the people on the AT are, myself included, because it is true. But I just think it should also be said that there's gonna be some bad apples in there. Particularly, I think this kind of comes to light when you're talking about I hate this word. Tramleys, okay? I said it. Tramley, oh my God, I love my tramley. That word is so cringe. You know, groups of thru hikers who kind of just form a little group. Duh, that's what it's a group. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I was kind of a little bit clicky on some of my thru hikes. Like, it's true, like you kind of get used to hiking with your people, your crew. Y'all have your own pace, your own routine. You pick out a campsite, and then if you get to that campsite at the end of the day and it's full from another tramley, dude, you got tramley on tramley fucking violence.
Now let's do this.
Dude, what is this video? Basically, yeah, it can be a little clicky sometimes. I just think that needs to be talked about more. Be nice. Invite people into your tramley, and most people are like that, like I said earlier, but it's just every now and again. Dude, this video fucking sucks. This next secret, and this is definitely one that does not get talked about. A lot of Appalachian Trail thru hikers don't really like hiking. Now hear me out. I hate hiking. My name is Kyle. That's my brand. Subscribe. No, help us get to 1 million subscribers. Is that ever gonna happen? Probably not. There is so much more to thru hiking the Appalachian Trail than just walking.
I hate hiking. I hate flies. I hate the greasiness. Man, I hate hornets or whatever the fuck.
Now it is true that just walking is what you're gonna be doing most of the time, but you're gonna meet lots of cool people. You're gonna see lots of cool views and some animals. You're gonna have some crazy stories. You're gonna be in town a lot, making memories there as well. My point here is that a lot of people don't really like the walking part, but they like everything else, and so they kind of just put up with it in order to reap the benefits of the other stuff. Not everyone, to be clear. There's a lot of people that literally like walking all day, and they're psychos. Okay, what's this next secret? This is gonna be a controversial one. A lot of Appalachian Trail thru hikers break laws and leave no trace principles. A huge law that people break all the time on the AT, and I broke this law. Lock me up. What are you gonna do? They stealth camp illegally. Of course, it varies place to place, but on a lot of the Appalachian Trail, technically, you're supposed to be X amount of feet off the trail in order to stealth camp, or you have to be at a designated campsite. But all along the Appalachian Trail, there's tons of unofficial but clearly established campsites that are much closer to the trail than they're legally supposed to be, and tons of people stay at them, and I've never heard of anyone getting in trouble for it. Is that against leave no trace? I don't know, but there's other little leave no trace violations that a lot of thru hikers break. And to be clear, I am not suggesting that thru hikers don't care about leave no trace. I think the people that are breaking these, again, I've done it myself, are doing it unknowingly, or they're just tiny little infractions that don't actually matter, let's be honest. Oh boy. Okay, maybe they matter, but they're not like that big a deal. Things like sleeping with your food instead of hanging it when you're in bear country. Is that actually against leave no trace? But just, you know what I mean? It's just like probably not the best thing for like the environment, because the bears might get your food, and then the bears get accustomed to humans, and then the bears have to be shot. But a lot of people don't do that. There's other things too, like I have a sneaking suspicion, mostly based on reading shelter logbooks.
Had to dig an emergency cat hole.
Not everyone's digging 6 inches when they go to dig their cat holes. I have a feeling there's a lot of 5.5 inchers out there. I don't know. Leave a comment if you only dig your cat holes 5.5 inches, or if you have a 5.5 inch penis. This next Appalachian Trail thru hiker's secret. A lot of Appalachian Trail thru hikers view day hikers and weekend hikers as resources when they run into them on the trail. It is pretty dang common for thru hikers to see that there's like a popular day hiking spot up ahead, and for them to be like, oh, I hope I run into some day hikers so that they can give me extra food or some weed. No, a lot of thru hikers know that there's a high probability that they'll be able to bum some food or something, I don't know what else, get something from day hikers. We're taking advantage of those poor day hikers, dude. They hauled those Snicker bars all the way up to the top of McAfee Knob, and now you just think you're entitled to them? Not even just day hikers. Sometimes when you're in town, like maybe you'll try to like swindle a ride. I've done that before for sure.
Yeah, we're literally in the back of someone's RV.
Try to get someone to pick up your tab by telling them your story. You know what I'm talking about, okay? And honestly, I'm not even saying it's wrong, as long as you're not a douchebag about it, as long as you're not entitled.
Old Phoenix here has been scheming up a way to get 2 continental breakfasts, so that was free.
It can actually be quite creative and fun sometimes. Like, I feel like every tramley always has like one person in it that's like really good at getting free shit from day hikers and people in town and section hikers, and your mom.
Free pie.
So if you know a thru hiker who is that guy that's always swindling shit from day hikers, leave a comment and let me know. And also go subscribe to my podcast, Trail Tales, busting, destroying, annihilating Appalachian Trail thru hiking myths.
There have been more people that have died from constipation than have died from black bear attacks in the last 100 years.
I don't know where the hell this one came from. This is super stupid. Pennsylvania is rocky. I think this is BS. This podcast is older than my YouTube channel. You can find it on all the apps, but now you can find it on YouTube, and we got to crank those YouTube numbers up. They're embarrassing. Link in the description to that. Go subscribe, and thank you all for watching.